scholar, you know. I don't have a degree. I'm not an expert. I'm constantly learning and growing as this process goes. I'm learning from people that are more intelligent than myself, you know, who email me, or I read voluminously. I'm always reading books, a wide variety of books, reading websites, updating stuff, creating new articles, correcting things that weren't quite right or whatever, you know. So, you know, there's nobody standing over me with a big stick. But at the same time, you know, I want to make my work as perfect as possible. And, you know, there's always going to be things that you're going to change. This is a moving collage. It's like this thing in front of you is like a chimera, you know, it's like a kaleidoscope. You have to see it from many angles. You've got to walk around it multiple times to find out its hues and its colors and its shapes and its forms. And just like the eye can be deceived, so can the mind. We can be wrong. Or we can be seeing something myopically one year, and then we have greater clarity on it the next. So, of course, there's a great responsibility there, you know, and I always try to update my work and correct things and add new aspects, you see, and branch it out. It's a real task, but it's a journey. We don't have all the answers. And we're also historically in a very young time when it comes to this particular kind of thought patterning. Because before, when we had Orthodox religion and we weren't allowed to think, we weren't allowed to travel away from our villages, there was no way that you could be independent. If you did, you ended up in jail or worse. So we are in a very, very, very recent times. We have the great privilege of having that level of Uranian freedom, and mercurial freedom, to even ask some of these questions and go about getting the answers. And that's training, that's patience, that's time, that's deliberation. You're on the track of a predator. You're on the trail of a criminal. And therefore it is absolutely the same as a hunter. He's got to know the terrain. He's got to sit out in the cold. He's got to learn about his predator. He's got to know that his predator is also watching him. He's got to learn almost to think like a criminal. It's a tremendous journey. It's not for lazy people. It's not for people who have given up their power, you see. It's not for people who just want to be running away from themselves and into all sorts of entertainment. It's not for pedantic people who go, you must get it right first time. You know, where are these guys coming from? You know what I mean? Who are they to wave a big stick over anybody or piss on this knowledge like it's some dog trying to territorialize an area? They don't own knowledge. Nobody owns knowledge. Knowledge is for all mankind, and it's evolving as it percolates down through each individual human consciousness. Each person has the right to have a different angle on a certain thing. That's what makes it a beautiful parliament of voices. As we said, the bane of the world that is coming is the world of consensus and uniformity and conformity. This regimented knowledge, this regimented attitudes. Don't we see that all over the world? So in this area, which is occult, which is esoteric, which is alternative, we don't want any of that. We want to be able to make mistakes because we realize there is really no such thing as a mistake. There's just a challenge, there's just an obstacle to get over. There's just a way to, you know, another veil falls from your face, another lie, you know, gets blown. Yeah. It's a wonderful, it is you asked a meditation. It is the meditation. Because we're not, like we said in Architects of Control, we're not gaining knowledge, we love knowledge. We love it. We have a relationship with it like we have with a person. You know, I love my books. I love this subject. I love the people who are also studying this. It's a tremendous journey. It's what, I feel I've been on this planet to do. So it's my dharma. It's what I'm meant to do. I don't want to be a follower. I don't want to listen to lies. I want to find out what's going on. But you are walking in the dark. You are walking in an area where you can easily trip and fall and really, hurt yourself. But you see, ultimately, that's the road that I want to go on. That's the road I want to follow. And the pitfalls, I will take it because otherwise I wouldn't be on that road. If I wasn't able to take the flak, I would have given up years ago. You know what I'm saying? So, and as I say, I give the perfect right to any detractor or any other, party. They want to come and do something about what I'm doing. They have the freedom to do that. I'm not taking it away from them. I do what I do. They can do what they do. It's as simple as that. I'm not frightened by those people. And I'm not really any real major threat to them, as a matter of fact. Because they also have the choice to change their ways if they want. But I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And there's not a force on earth, nor in the sky, that will change it. This is what I'm doing. Nothing on this earth can ever change it. All the sacrifices have already been made. The pain has already been gone through. All the resistances I've had to put up with in 40 years. I've already done it. I've already lived the majority of my life, and this is what I want to be doing. I just wish I could have actually been doing it a lot earlier without all the resistances and bullshit, that I had to put up with. But now that that is somewhat removed, I get on with the game that I want to be doing, just like anybody else who's passionate about what they're doing, playing the cello, playing the violin, working with computers, whatever. You have to do it for the love of it, the passion of it, not because it's a drudgery.
I hear that.